Good morning, children. Let's come to the third part of natural vegetation and wildlife, where I'll be discussing various diagrams and maps that we come across in this lesson. The reason why I've taken up this is because you sometimes tend to ignore this part of your question and feel you'll be doing it at a later time, but then you always tend to forget it. Remember that 14 marks of your geography paper in SSC board are just for your diagrams, maps, and graph. So let's get started. Now, here some images are given. All these pertain to the flora and fauna of Brazil. The first diagram that you see here, you can make out, I think, this is grown in the arid regions. The second, I think you would have easily been able to make out. Now, please go through these diagrams. Now, next, let us come to your question. The first one, can you tell the names of the plants, trees shown in the image? Now, the first part, as I told you, this is a cactus plant which grows in the arid regions. The second part is the coffee plant. Of course, Rio de Janeiro is the largest producer of coffee in the world. The next one we have is Mahaganj trees, also known as mahogany. The second question, name the fauna shown in the image. Fauna pertains to animals and birds. Now the first one we have is the thrush, also called as the songbird. The second one is the jaguar. The third one is the anaconda. Anaconda is usually seen in the Pantanal region and it grows up to 6 feet. Let's come over to the second figure here. Now you're going to observe this figure. This shows you the physiography, natural vegetation, and wildlife. This region extends from 5 degrees 11 minutes north to 25 degrees 24 minutes south. And it covers all the physiographic divisions of Brazil. We have the Guiana highlands, and look at the forests seen in Guiana highlands. They are tropical forests here. Observe the animals here. They are apes and reptiles. The temperature over here is 21 degrees centigrade, and the rainfall received by this region is 1,600 millimeters. Let's move over to the Amazon basin. Here we have this region receiving about 2,000 millimeters of rainfall and a temperature of 28 degrees centigrade. Here in the Amazon basin, the forests are of equatorial type. The third physiographic division here is the Parana basin, where we have grassland animals. The temperature here is 21 degrees centigrade and a rainfall of 1,500 millimeters. Deciduous forests grow in this region. Next one is Brazilian highlands. Usually You find reptiles and grassland animals here. The temperature is 23 degrees centigrade over regions of low altitude, and it is 27 degrees centigrade for regions which are located very near the coastland. Temperature is 23 degrees centigrade, as I told you, and the rainfall received varies from 600 millimeters to 1200 millimeters. Temperate forests are found in this region. Now, the first question here is, name the type of forest shown in the figure. Observe the forest shown here. Are you able to make out? Yes, it is tropical forests, equatorial forests, deciduous forests, and temperate forests are shown in this figure. Next, come to the second question. What kind of wildlife is seen in the Brazilian highlands? Locate where Brazilian highlands is. What's the wildlife here? Yes, it is reptiles and grassland animals. So, your answer is, we can see reptiles and grassland animals in the Brazilian highlands. The third question, what kind of wildlife is seen in the Guyana highlands? Locate where Guyana highlands is. You'll find various types of apes here as well as reptiles. So, your answer is, various types of apes and reptiles are seen in the Guyana highlands. The fourth one, how much rain does the equatorial forest receive? We've already done that while studying about India as well as Brazil. I think you remember these regions receive, even here in the figure, just go through it. How much is it? Yes, it is 2000 millimeters. So, the equatorial forests receive about 2000 millimeters of rainfall. Fifth question, where are tropical and equatorial forests found in Brazil? Now, look, see where tropical forests are. You'll find it here in the Guyana highlands, and you have the equatorial forests seen in the Amazon basin. So, tropical forests are found in the Guyana highlands and equatorial forests are found in the Amazon basin. Let us move on to the next map here. And here we can see major forest types in India. Now, look at the index here. It shows you the various forest types that we can see in India. The dark green color shows you the evergreen forest. Please look at this in the map of India. So you find evergreen forests seen right along the western part of India, that is along the Western Ghats. You can also find it along the slopes of the Himalayas in the northeastern part of India, and also here along Bihar and parts of Madhya Pradesh and along the coastal region. Next is the deciduous forests. Deciduous forests, if you just look at the figure, you find most of parts of India are covered with deciduous forests. The third one is thorny shrubs. Locate thorny shrubs in India. You'll find it along the eastern part. You have a bit of it along the eastern part of India, some parts of Tamil Nadu, you have it in Karnataka, and also along the western part, that is, we have it in Gujarat, Rajasthan, and parts of Haryana and the Punjab. Further, we have Himalayan forests. Look at the color of it, you'll be able to locate it easily. You have the Himalayan forests right here in Jammu and Kashmir, and also we have it along the northeastern part of India. Then next we have the coastal forests. Coastal forests are found all along the coastline of India, but we find majority of these will be found along the eastern part of India. Now just go through the forests of India here. Now let's come to a question. Observe the map and answer the following. Which forests are found in the western snow-capped region? In the western snow-capped region, of course, we have the Himalayan forests. So the Himalayan forests are found in the western snow-capped region. Second one, on which coast do you mainly find coastal vegetation? As I told you, we have got it both along the eastern and western coast, but we have it more along the deltaic region of the Krishna, the Mahanadi, and also the Ganga. So where is it mainly found? It is usually found along the eastern coast of India. Which type of forests occupy maximum area in India? As I've already told you, you've got more of this. So which forests occupy maximum area? It is moist and dry deciduous type of vegetation usually occupy maximum area in India. Next one is, where do you find thorny and scrub vegetation? Thorny and scrub vegetation is found in Gujarat, Rajasthan, Madhya Pradesh, and Haryana. The next map that we are going to discuss shows forest and wildlife of Brazil. Here again, we are going to study about the forest here in Brazil. We have the equatorial forests. If you look at the map of Brazil, you'll find most of Brazil is covered by the equatorial forests. You can find the equatorial forest here. You have the Amazon River basin. Observe also the animals found here. Next is the tropical grassland. The tropical grassland is also known as a savanna, and it's found in the central part of Brazil. The third one is swampy lands. Swampy lands are also called the Pantanal. Here you can see the crocodile, and this is your anaconda. The next one is hot deciduous forests. Hot deciduous forests are found in the southeast part of Brazil. Thorny shrubs. Very clear here along the northeastern part of Brazil. This is the rain shadow region of the escarpment. Thorny shrubs, this region is also called as the Caatinga. The next one is temperate grasslands. Temperate grasslands in Brazil are known as the pampas. Observe the animals also here. Now you'll find we have the swordfish seen along the southeast part of the Atlantic Ocean. This is a flamingo. You can find macaws. This you have the golden lion or tamarin, and also we have the condor, which is a huge animal which flies in the Amazon basin. Right. Come to the question here. Now, name the species shown on the map. Now, contour, we have already discussed what the contour is. It's a huge bird, and this doesn't build its nest but lays its eggs in caves and crevices among the boulders. Okay, so contour is a bird, anaconda is a reptile which is seen here, the golden lion or tamarin belongs to the species of monkey, and macaw belongs to parrot species. Now, your second question is, in which regions are these animals found? Look where you can see the contour. It is along the western part of Brazil. So, contour is seen in the Andes. It can also be seen in the deserts, grasslands, and along the coast. And as I told you, it lays its eggs among boulders and caves or holes. The second one is the anaconda. Anaconda is seen in the swamps of the Pantanal because the climate here is very hot and humid, and also because of the dense foliage of the rainforest. Golden lion tamarin. Golden lion tamarin, as I told you, belongs to the species of monkey, and it is seen along the Atlantic forests of Brazil. It is also seen in Argentina and Paraguay. Last one is a macaw. Macaw belongs to the parrot species, and it is usually seen in the holes in trees in Central and South America. Now here we have discussed only about the flora and the fauna of Brazil. Now apart from that, now in case you are asked some questions on forests, also I think you'll be able to make out, you'll be able to do it. For example, now in case the question is, where do you find thorny shrubs in Brazil? I think you should be able to make out it is along the northeast part of Brazil. Is that right, children? Okay, let's move on to the next one. Here, I've given you a table wherein various types of forests of both India and Brazil are given. You are going to write the characteristics of these forests and also where they are found in India as well as in Brazil. Now, the first one we have is tropical forest. Now, the characteristics we have already done. Here we are just doing it in the form of a tabular column. This it's very easy for you to learn. Now, tropical forests characteristics we have already done. They are broad-leaved evergreen trees. And what about the temperature here? In this way they grow. Now, they usually grow in regions where temperature ranges from 25 degrees to 30 degrees and rainfall of more than 2000 millimeters. Where are they seen in India? Now, they're usually seen in regions which receive very high rainfall, so you'll find it along the windward side of the Western Ghats and also along the northeastern part of India, which covers all the states like Arunachal Pradesh, you have got Meghalaya, Assam, okay, then also the Terai region of the Himalayas and the Andaman and Nicobar Islands. In Brazil, tropical forests are seen in the Amazon basin, which receives very high rainfall, and also extending further towards the west, that is, to Colombia and Peru. The next vegetation is semi-arid thorny vegetation. Remember, in India, thorny vegetation is seen where the rainfall is 500 millimeters. But in Brazil, it is seen in regions where the annual rainfall is 800 millimeters. Of course, the characteristics features of trees which show here are the same. That is, we have leaves which are very small in size and they are usually modified into thorns or spines. In India, regions of low rainfall are usually seen along the northwestern part of India, covering the states of Rajasthan, parts of Gujarat, the Punjab, Haryana, and even in the Deccan region, Karnataka. In Brazil, we have northeastern region of Brazil, and as I told you, this is the leeward side of the escarpment. This is known as Caatinga. The third type of forest is the savanna. The characteristic features of these are that they are usually, scanty bushes and scrub-like trees are seen here and also rain-resistant grass. In India, savanna is usually seen along the Rann of Kutch and also in the Ladakh region of Jammu and Kashmir. In Brazil, savanna is seen along the southeast part of the Amazon River basin. The next forest is tropical semi-deciduous type. Here, mixed type of vegetation is seen, and in India, tropical semi-deciduous type is seen usually along the foothill zones of the Himalayas, and in Brazil, along the eastern region. The last type of forest is the grassland. And this grassland is of the temperate type. The grassland region, for example, now the characteristic features here are these are usually flat level land, more or less like rolling plains, very fertile, and the soil is usually gray or black in color. In India, it occupies the Terai region of the Himalayas and the Gangetic Plains, as well as in West Bengal and Assam. In Brazil, it is seen in the southern part, and this is known as the Pampas. So, children, I suppose you have understood these diagrams and maps we have done here, there is also a link that is attached along with this, wherein I've given you some assignment. Please complete that and submit when the school reopens. Thank you, children.